You got a good stream? I think we're hot. It's me tonight. It's Don Shipley of this video site. We'll get a quick radio check here, and I'll get going. We got a bunch of stuff going on around here. I'll be telling you that. 5x5. There you go. Okay. Uh, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. It's not a happy Mother's Day for me. I'm not a mother, but I'm just not happy on Mother's Day because I got my ass handed to me for doing something I was told to do. It was go hunting, and I should have known after all these years, what she said is not what she meant. Yeah, it's one of those. It was a trick. I was duped. I was duped. So yeah, but that's okay. We got some stuff going on here. It's all good. It was just a little thing out there. It's not a big deal. But I'll be doing this tonight. She might make a pop in, but she's got a Mother's Day thing going on, and it's everything's fine here. Uh, Welcome Super PN. It was his first time here, and Jamie. Uh, so Super PN. I'm guessing that's a personnelman, maybe. So welcome, and Jamie. You made it sound like you've been on the website for forever, and this is the first you've ever heard of these things. We've been doing these for about a year and a half now. It's okay, dude. I've been there. That's right. Rob and I should have known. Site admin, yes, I'm in shit. So, Blue Warrior asked a question about that Mike Ryan guy that got called out for being a phony. Mike Ryan got called out for being a phony by someone he had worked for previously. Don't even get me started on that stuff. And the guy was talking out his ass. And the question came up about people leaving, transferring around to different services. There have been guys that have served in all four of the services before. But when you get into SEAL team, it isn't getting any better than that. We only lose guys to the Army. No SEAL has ever gone out and joined the Marine Corps. It's never going to happen. The Air Force, the Coast Guard, anything like that. But the Army offers programs not available in the Navy. We've lost a few SEALs to their chaplain program. They have a commissioning program there. They will turn you into an Army chaplain. And we lost a number of SEALs to the Army helicopter pilot program. In fact, one of the young guys in my platoon is a colonel in the Army now. A flipping colonel. He's going to be a general here soon. So they go for those different programs that they can't get. And I had the doctor on here before. He was a SEAL, and then he became an Army doctor, and we had him on here. He had written that book. He went there to become a physician. He could have done it in the Navy. The Army was just offering him something a little bit better than the Navy was. So, but we don't lose anybody else to really anything like that. And Mike Ryan, when they told him your time is done in the Navy, he got out and joined the Army Reserve. So we have had guys go into the National Guard. They get out to do their college or whatever the case may be, or they got out and then they can't get back in, so they'll join the National Guard and get their pension out of something like that. So that's the way you go. You notice there are less SEALs that fake. No, there's more. There's more. They're just a little bit smarter now. And a buddy of mine sent me a text today. He sends me and him text each other movie quotes. And let me see what this quote was. I'll just tell it to you guys because I couldn't get it right then. And then I figured it out. But we really tease each other with these movie quotes. And the quote is, and you got to figure out the movie, the British have stopped making mistakes. And he sent that to me and I went, damn, the British have stopped making mistakes. The British have stopped making mistakes. So, I mean, we send him about Troy, Gladiator, all different kinds of stuff. But he sent me that one today, and it really stumped me, and it shouldn't have. I'm actually embarrassed by the whole thing. So, I'll give you guys just a second. Xena, no. There's another dog down here. Just get off it. I'll fill you guys in tomorrow. it's a absolute flipping zoo around here. So what do we got? Okay, I'm just all over the place with these phonies. I have really got some good ones. I have somehow woke up to my new method. So the one guy we got is the commanding officer of SEAL Team 2. And he is decorated. And he was in Vietnam. And then he served all over the place. Unfortunately, he served in Rwanda and Uganda, but he can't spell either one of those countries right. And he's starting a charity. And his neighbor didn't like it. His neighbor did not like it, so the neighbor has helped me. And he's going to be an easy target because I just played to the greed card with these radio show interviews. You know, I'm going to talk about his charity and we'll plug his charity and he will do it. He'll absolutely do it. But I got to get his records and hopefully I can get them tomorrow or the next day. But this record center thing is just kind of goofy with how they're doing it. And then he's a firefighter. He's an officer in the firefighting. He's a fire officer, like a lieutenant. And he's done some really screwy shit to the guys, the funds that are there, and another charity, and they are not happy. And he is dropping a SEAL bomb all over the place. And so those guys, firefighters are just like that. They're setting up a conference call with me and him. Right on shift. I mean, these guys are so over this dude. And, that stuff, I caution those guys against that. I caution people against that quite a bit. They just don't care because they're firefighters. But you can create a hostile work environment, or that's all somebody's got to start screaming. Even though he's a liar and he's ripping everybody off and all this stuff, if you're not careful, you're creating a hostile work environment. And that's why I stay down here and I hunt ducks, because the only hostile work environment I'm doing is shooting ducks, and they can't tell anybody about it. So it's fine with me. Oh, no, you guys are getting it. No. It's Das Boot. Das Boot, one of the greatest war movies ever. And it was a German movie about German U-boats. If you guys have never seen Das Boot, you got to say it. But yeah, I think that was off of Gibraltar when they tried to penetrate into Gibraltar, and that line was there. The British have stopped making mistakes, so they're on to the submarines. And if you've never seen Das Boot, man, that flipping movie will put hair or get your goosebumps going, man. Really graphic scenes of being depth charged and the bravado on board those, and how bad life was on a World War II submarine, whether it was German or American. That's tough stuff. So that's both an amazing movie. There you go. And there's site admin. The British have stopped making mistakes. Well, not on this site they haven't. They stopped making them during World War II, but on this site it's a whole new ball game with Terry on here. He gets it. I'm always messing around with the Brits. So, I'm trying to figure out what the heck this... Oh, a guy gets me last night for verification. It goes on over 2 days. And he was really asking... I get into this a lot of them wanting more detail about his career as being a SEAL. There's not a clue in their head that this guy is not legit. Can you just tell us something about his career, his training class, what he did in Vietnam, just things like that? There's nothing. And I was no, he's not. He's not a SEAL. It's just a long story. And we're going back and forth with this one. And there's just this pregnant pause. There's just dead silence. There's no way this is happening. And then it kind of got turned around on me. He is written about in a book about being a Navy SEAL. He's in a book. We have the book. I have the book. I'll send you the excerpts in this book about him. And that always sets you back just a little bit. And then you start figuring, and through experience, I said, okay, you send me the book because I tell you how these guys operate. I don't think this was a New York Times bestseller, uh, and he just got to the author who was just writing this about war stories. And I said, is that what this is? It's just a book about war stories in the Vietnam War. And he said, yes. And I said, all different services, Marines, Army, Navy. And he said, yes, it's from this town. And he wasn't listed. I got his DD 214, and the guy had two non-judicial punishments in the court martial in his DD 214. But he's a SEAL hero because he says so in this book. And it's one of those that the author didn't care. He just wrote that stuff down, and I had to go through this entire thing. What this guy did is he joined the Navy at 17 before he graduated high school. He joined the reserves. Now, this is in the very early 60s, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. And you learn something new every day. He graduated boot camp, and then he went back to high school to get his diploma. So you go through boot camp, you go back home, you get your diploma, and then you come back in the Navy. And this is from the reserve thing. And it's just this list of reserve things. And the guy wrote about him. He said that while he was in boot camp, now this guy never had his high school diploma yet. He was 17. And he got approached to be part of a special, I forget what they, assault group. Him and 25 others, and only 18 of them made it through. He doesn't even have a high school diploma at this point, but that didn't stop the Navy from sending him to Vietnam to rescue pilots that were shot down in 1962. It was just, and I'm just going through this, and, there's just all these endless questions. I just got it from another guy. I just verified the SEAL claim for him. Now, he knows he's a phony. He's come to me over it. I verify the claim. I say he's bullshit, and then he thinks about this for a little bit, and he confronts the guy. And he says whenever you confront this guy, he wants to fight. He wants to fight you. And this is one of those hostile work environments. He goes, I work at a juvenile prison facility. He goes, it's not cool for guards to be fighting in this thing, but he's full of shit, and he just says that he wants to fight. There's your first clue right there. He's a hothead. And then he tells him, I've got all these citations to prove it. And so he writes me back. He goes, could that be true? So he's all excited to do a three-way call with me and this guy. Hostile environment. When you threaten to kick somebody's ass, they're going to come back at you. So he's fine with it. And then the fire department's fine with it. And then the commanding officer of Team 2 in Rwanda and Uganda, well, however the hell he's what an idiot, man, this guy. And his whole family just holds him in this really high esteem. Anyhow, I don't know. I got torch browsers. It's better. They don't care, these authors of these books. That's not the first time I've had it. They don't care. They're going to get it. They're there to write a story. And, it was an older book. And I don't think many people were fact-checking it. It wasn't all that old, but I don't think, nobody, whatever. The guy's trying to make a buck. You tell a good story, he's just going to print it. So there. Yeah. Or Google. Diane Shipley for half. Oh, my God. They don't even get me started. See, Twidget's already starting trouble out there. He's a scary guy, but I only scare so far. You start talking about Pernath. Boy, that guy. He came up today. What did he come up for? Anyway, I don't know. So, what's going on here? We had that latest. It happened about a week ago, but it was a really bad storm, really windy storm on the East Coast, come blowing through the Midwest and up everything, and it flooded us in a huge way. It completely over. I drained the entire impoundment. It flooded it. It flooded under the house. It just flooded around here. And now it's cold, and I'm getting the water out. I'm trying to get it dried, but it looks like I'm going to have to get that expensive gypsum treatment put down on here. And so while I don't have anything else to You know, I'm trying to get everything dried out. I decided to build the world's biggest duck blind. And this thing is going to be snappy. And I've already sunk all the posts. I've cemented them in. It's right out in the field. It looks like the Taj Mahal out there. But I'm going to have a dog on one side of me, a dog on the other, and room for 5 other people in this massive blind out here. So, yeah. No, I'm not doing YouTube tonight. And I'm going to keep it a little bit. I got to get in there because it's Mother's Day. I shouldn't be on here right now, but no YouTube tonight. And let me see. On stripers running yet? No, I saw somebody out here fishing today. The guys have been fishing. They're just not allowed to keep them right now. They really haven't run out here. It's windy as hell. I haven't even tried out here. I go out occasionally and throw a red worm in there or something, just see what will happen, and nothing's really happening. But I'm going to take it a little easy this week, and I'll share with you guys on Monday why I'm taking it kind of easy this week, and you'll be good with it. And PEP, why everybody wants to be a Vietnam vet, it's the mystique of it all. Back then, they were burning the draft cards. You guys were not very popular. Now, the fake Vietnam vets want to get in on what Afghan and Iraq vets are getting in on, the lavishing the vets. You guys never got your free meal at Arby's on Veterans Day, and thank you for your service and welcome home. And now everybody's doing it, and there's no shortage of phonies that line up for the mystique of Vietnam. And so it just kind of sucks to be you guys that did legitimately serve. Like, it just sucks being a SEAL sometimes because everybody questions you. They don't believe it. And rightfully so. I forget what the census every year that comes out, or whatever they do with the census, or the VA does, of how many guys it's a census every 10 years, of how many guys served in Vietnam versus how many people on their census, or whatever the hell that is. I forget what that thing is. That say they did. Out of control. Out of control. And it's the same with the prisoners of war. People claiming to be prisoners of war. No, it's not working. Okay, what else we got? Yeah, I'm doing this huge duck blind out here. It's going to be classic and detailed. Because I just got to get a little project to sink my teeth in. I got to get out. I got to get these crops done. We're moving forward. I don't know where all the deer came from, but they are back in a vengeance. And it had to have been this drought this year that pushed them off. I was down there hunting today, and 5 of them just popped right out in front of us. There were 11 in there this morning, and there's just been a lot of deer around now. They're just come back from this drought, and everybody's happy, and they're all eating out of my deer plot down. There's a lot of deer on this neck where you just were not seeing them. Turkeys, not so much. The guys have been a little hard on the turkeys around here. I saw one today, and I'm pacing them out in the afternoon, so I go hunting in the morning for a couple of hours, and you don't see or hear anything. And I'll go from 10 till noon this time, and then I'll go from noon to 2 this time. So you're pacing around. So saw a big one. He just was not interested. There's been a lot of turkeys get shot off in this neck. We're 23 days into the season, I think. And those that are survivors are tired. They're not even interested in screwing a hen. They're tired of fighting. They're tired of screwing. They just don't. Unless one walks right in front of your chances of calling him into a decoy and having him all excited with his head all blued up and rutted up, they're just exhausted. They've just wore themselves silly like a rotten buck. But I'm going to keep at it because I don't have much else to do around here with this. It's super cold. And that is another problem. I'm real worried about the geese up north. The peacock is sitting on eggs. And we found her nest today. She is sitting on them right now, and I'm just so worried about those Canadian geese up there and this blast of cold that has come through. We can't handle another bad season for those things. No, I haven't done anything with that sight, that new gun. Nothing. I just ripped my scope off here and I put it up. I might take it over to the range. I got to apply for it, but that gun is not going to be shot on this property uh, without that suppressor. Certainly not now. Maybe through the summer. But you just start jerking up seasons around here. You start shooting that thing down here during deer season, you're running the geese off and the ducks. So the suppressor is going to be really nice. That's why I like the crossbow, or I'll get into the woods. The woods will deafen the noise a little bit from a load of buckshot or something, but cracking that rifle and sending that bullet 3, 4, 500 yards down, no man, you're really spooking already spooky birds and stuff like that. It doesn't do the property any good. It's not, the risk is, the reward is not there for the risk. And there's just a dozen other ways to shoot deer and things down here. But I get that suppressor. That's going to take a little bit of doing, months. And then we'll be ready. I think you could use a rifle there for deer. Is it zoned? Zoned for deer hunting? Zoned for rifles? You can do any damn thing you want here. Yeah, you can shoot all you want. Rifles, anything. They have a specific rifle season for them. But hell, I don't know. That's a flower, man. It's a flower. I didn't buy this shirt. People ask me that all the time. Where'd you get that shirt? How the hell would I didn't buy it? I don't buy any clothes. None. Every time you see something, you're looking at Diane. You're looking at Diane dressing me up like a Ken doll. And I'm good with it. I've been doing it the whole time. She does everything. Fashions. Okay. All right. Because he didn't have to learn here for us. Is he in the Navy because he had to learn that? Air Force didn't. I don't know what we're talking about there with that. You really hate it for this phony. Joe Fody. I don't think they never, Joe Fody, they never admit to it. They always leave that doubt. But they kicked him out of the Purple Heart Society. They booted him out of the VFW. I mean, he's got nothing, and everybody in town knows. It's a small town, but he will just leave doubt. It'll blow over. All these things pass. These guys go really nuts when they get outed, but if they just embrace the suck for about 3 days, people let off on the emails and everything else and go about their business. They just get their ass handed to them. So I'm not that big of a shitlocker, Robin. I get out of it as fast as I get in it because I'm dashing. I'm handsome, I'm funny, and she digs me. Diane digs me. So I get out of trouble as fast as I get in it. So I'm not sleeping outside tonight or anything, if that's what... And she told me, Diane likes... I wish she was here tonight because that's all she'd be talking about. It gives her something to talk about. It gives her... I call it the Diane hour. You know, and I'll caution her when people are around. I'm like, okay, you know, that's it. The show's over. Because she will just start pinging on me about stuff that she's set me up for. And this was definitely a setup. How did I know she didn't want me to go hunting? You know, when you tell me something, I guess I should have known. In fact, I made a joke about it down there before I come up, and yeah, it happened. That's right. I will do that. Okay. I will bring Diane in. I'm getting a suppressor from the guy that actually makes the weapon. Yeah, he makes all those. So, oh my God, fat girls in the army! Come on, guys! Come on, guys! Come on, guys! Come on, guys! Do I think Captain Kozier should have been relieved? Yeah, I don't blame the Navy for what they did to Kozier. as I said, the simplest way that the Navy was looking at it, and I wasn't there, but I understand there was a lot of other options that he could have taken. Uh, his boss, while that was his carrier, and he was the commanding officer of that aircraft carrier, his boss is on there. He's the battle group commander. You know, he's on there. There's an admiral on there. He's right down the hall. That he could have talked to. Whether he did talk to him or not, and never really clear. It didn't sound like it. And if it was that bad, he could have picked up a phone. And I mean an actual telephone on that carrier, and he could have called the White House and do it. He wrote a very long, lengthy letter. And the way, I don't think there was any disputing that. I could be wrong. Just from what I know. But the Navy kind of looked at that as surrender. And the Navy ain't big on surrendering. I mean, damn the torpedoes full steam ahead. We've got a great history of never giving up the ship. We'll go down with the ship, all hands, you know, one hand for yourself, one hand for the ship. You know, there's a big tradition in the Navy. And I think a lot of it had to do with being at sea. If this ship goes down, we're all dead anyhow. I mean, we're not on land. We can't run over a hill and get in a river and swim downstream. We're in the middle of the ocean, and we're all we got. It's an old big Navy tradition. You know, we're in a lot of trouble out here, fellas. All we got is each other. And that's the way they kind of looked at it. And the old hard-ass admirals and stuff like that was like, damn, man. I told them North Koreans it was that bad? It's like he... And it was bad. But there was some things to do. So I understand why the Navy did it. But again, I wasn't there. And I don't think all the GoFundMe's and whatever else they're doing to free Captain Kosher is going to matter a little bit to the Navy. I don't think they're going to give it back. They might, but I understand they're having a real hard time with it. And that goes right up to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I think has an enormous say-so, and the chairman is an Army general. You know, so they have all the say-so they want in all that stuff. Yeah. So let me get this off my back. They might give it back to him, just like Twidget said. I've said that before, but he ain't going anywhere. It's over for that guy. And they may succumb to pressure. I don't know what the Navy's all on about today and trying to please everyone and kiss ass. You know, it's the military becomes a giant tool for social experiments. Don't even get me started. If it's good for us, it should be good for the National Football League. We should make all football teams do what they make the Navy do and the rest of the military, and see how long that lasts. But I get really tired of the social experiments that they try to do and force feed us things. Call Diane Blazer.
Calling Diane Blazer. Mobile.
I hate this thing here.
Please enjoy this Verizon ringback tone while your party is reached.
It's the pussification.
Hey.
You're being requested. Everybody wants to know how mad at me you are.
I'm not mad.
Well, you got to come in here and tell me.
I'm mad at Michonne. Michonne just snapped at Reagan. So I threw her in the bedroom.
Okay, so you're not coming in here?
Oh, you want me to come in? Oh, I'll come in.
It's been chaotic here today. I will say that much. So I'm sorry for all this and the short thing. There's a lot going on here today. I probably should not have done this, but the last time I didn't do one, I never heard that much screaming in my life. So.
Hello, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. I'm sorry, but I have a table full of people and dogs everywhere with bones. So, what?
Glad she's not mad. It may change this evening. Give
I
it a
was
couple
mad.
hours and a glass of wine.
Hi, Maston.
There's Chuck. There you go.
Hi,
There you
Fred.
go.
Fred.
There you go. There you go. So,
Everybody's on there. Happy Mother's Day, you guys. Just a house full down here. We haven't had company in a long time, but everybody's been quarantined just like we have. So what the hell today? We're having ribs and duck and all kinds of stuff.
do a little something for Mother's Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look great and love the sweater. No makeup. And I'll tell you right now, if my beauty shop don't open pretty soon, I'm going to have to start wearing a hat. I'm looking pretty rough.
Man, Maryland's keeping this lockdown thing going. They're pretty serious about this stuff, and we don't have much of it going on in this county at all. So we're real careful. We're not socialized, but we're real careful about who we do. I may get this wrong. I don't think it was on the evening news or it was on MSN, Fox News or something that Georgia opened up 2 weeks ago and have had a 40% increase in those coronavirus cases. I've read that for a fact. I don't know that it's a fact, but I don't have much trouble believing that. So,
But here on the Eastern Shore, at least, well, Cambridge, Easton, St. Michael's, the parks are not open up. The beauty shops are not open up. They are in a lot of other states, but not here. They are keeping us on lockdown. So I'm going to be looking like shit for a little bit longer, I guess.
yes, we got the toys, and thanks for everybody. And Diane's usually the one that accumulates everything and brings it in here. The chew toys for Zena.
Oh gosh, the bones were spectacular.
I think my granddaughter's been eating them, chewing on them more than the dogs have. And especially when they get rolled around on the floor to get all that hair on it. So she's been coughing up fur balls. So, yeah, it's been interesting. A little bit of stress.
A little bit of stress.
A little stress.
And but I have dogs in there with bones.
Captain Mike.
No, rib bones.
What's that mean?
Well, the kids and the dogs with ribs. I feel like I need to go back and make sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
safe.
You just
Okay.
everybody wanted to know. Robin was especially. Everybody's real happy that
Well,
I'm in trouble. You see.
What they
how-
think I was divorcing you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Don does do a good job with his hair. He can just slick it back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, I love y'all. Thank you for understanding, but I'm going to get back in here. I got kids, and I got some dogs outside with bones and some dogs in my living room, and I don't want my dogs to get protective over them and hurt a kid. So I'll see you later. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
You can't come down here and start jabbing my little dogs in the eyes, little kitty fingers. They'll get you. So there you go. Jab millet's looking good. We just haven't planted any. Yeah. So we got to dry out. It's been raining. Yesterday was the first day it hadn't rained here in a week. And I'm just trying to get this place dried out. So I can get in and disc it up and get that gypsum spread to get the salt out of the ground. And then we're just going for it with the sunflowers. And this big blind I'm doing is right in the middle of this impoundment out here, and it's a monster. And it's going to be surrounded by sorghum, which looks like corn. It's got the big heads on it. But that blind is specifically designed because when I need to pull a really good duck out of my butt, it gets done right there. But this blind is for the 2 retrievers. And I mean, I'm going to have one over each shoulder looking out of that blind with a way to watch that bird get down and get out of that blind and get back in. So, to train the dogs. And it's a big blind, and it's anchored in, cemented in, concreted in with 4x4s and a bunch of them. It's suspended off of the water. It's a monster blind. And it's going to take me a bit of doing, but I had help with the foundation, got all the 4x4s squared up, and now I'm in business. Now it's just going up. So little trap doors, let the dogs in, let the dogs out. It's going to be really, really nice. I hate a tight blind. I hate it. And so plenty of room to put your shell bags, your guns, but it is for those dogs. That blind was specifically built to train those two dogs so they could sit up here and I can control both of them. What I won't do for my dogs. So. And I got big responsibility. That's a Zena. Ooh, that was an enormous responsibility. It wasn't. It's an enormous responsibility. We've had some spectacular donations down here, but none of them had a heartbeat before, and the expectations of what I would turn that dog into are great. And we'll do that. And 20 cameras. That's right. And yeah, you're going to have all the area for the cameras down there, Terry. This is going to be slick. It's going to be slick. And I'll have it. I'm really glad I got the foundation down before the crops went in, so I'm not out there just dragging shit around wrecking those. So we'll be set. Country Special Forces. I rate the Brits and the Aussies together, the SAS, and especially the Aussies don't have a SBS, Special Boat Service. They have an SAS, and then the Brits have an SAS and an SBS, which is really small, the Special Boat Service, and they're just class act guys. They have a lot of money, and they have a lot of experience, and that's what's required of Special Forces. You got to have money, and you have to have conflict. And they certainly have it. I really like the Thais. I really like the Germans. Shit like that. Norwegians that are up there. But when you look at the Special Forces, Russians, they don't have the money. They got some experience now in Chechnya, and they had it in Afghanistan. But for years, we didn't sweat those guys at all because they didn't have money. They don't give any of the guys maps because they're afraid they'll defect. You know, it's like lockdown. I mean, and all they got. If you want to see some great YouTube videos, just get in there, Spetsnaz, bloody or punching each other. You'll see them. They knock each other's teeth out, and they beat them. They're terrible, brutal guys. But that's you try getting a SEAL to stand there and let you punch his teeth out. And watch what happens to you. But they don't have the money to go on any crazy training. And when you don't have the money, you don't get a whole lot of bullets. You don't get a whole lot of opportunities. You don't have different areas that you're in. You get conflict, and you go to Chechnya and you go to Afghanistan. I mean, you ain't getting bad, but you got to really have money. You got to have wealth in your country, and your country has to be active in conflict. Certainly the United States ranks up there, the Canadians, things like that. I'm sorry, I forgot the Canadians. But you got to have the money to do it. So, yeah. The Rocks, Republic of Korea, great guys. And again, a little bit of that, they're great guys, and so are the Thais. They just didn't have the money. I remember they diving with the Koreans. They had canvas bags with rocks in them for a weight belt. We wanted to dive with them, so on charity. It's down and read. No, I don't pay Jay Reed. There's just too many guys for me, and then it becomes like a game for harassing. I will do you. I put your name up on the site. You go, oh, and that's Antonio Marriott Wilson. That was the other thing I forgot today. I laid this out. He goes by a bunch of names. We got him on here twice. I got him in 2017, early 2017, and I titled the videos Diary of a Mad Black Woman. And you get on there because he goes under so many aliases up there. But he screwed around with the wrong woman and pulled that SEAL bullshit. And he screwed around with Jennifer Lewis, which is a very attractive woman, and she plays in the TV show Blackish. And she had her day in court for him ripping her off for $400,000, and he is about to be sentenced. So I got him long before he got her, and he's up here, and you can see when I went after that clown. And he's good. He's just a confidence man, got a nice smile, and rip him off, but he met his match with her, and she ain't none too happy. And now she's wanting to talk to me about testifying against him at his sentencing. And, you know, this is how people learn. That's all we can try to do is put their names up for you to search them and find out. But if you search part 1 and part 2 of Diary of a Mad Black Woman, it's on here where I got a hold of that guy and had some help doing it. So, yep, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. And his name, he's got so many aliases, but her name is Jennifer Lewis, and she plays on the show Black-ish. Blackish, I think. And it's a hit TV show. And yeah, she would not let that go. And they got him. And so people have been sending me links to it. There's your phony seal for you. And he ain't the only one out there. XO, port units, any words of wisdom? As an XO, I don't give XOs words of wisdom. They give them to me. But good luck out there on your port security. I will tell you there's probably some really good guys in your unit that have been doing it a lot longer than you when you just show up over there and take over that. So get your sea legs going there, XO, for a couple of days before you start throwing morale grenades at the guys. And not that you do that, but those guys know. They'll take care of you. Take care of them. Good for you, XO. Port security, plenty big stuff. Plenty big stuff in this day and age, that's for sure. So good luck, sir. And that was always my favorite thing. I don't know if you heard that on here, XO. But I used to run these monster mashes all the time. And the monster mash were sometimes these day-long events of just a terrible beating, grinding. We would do them for all different kinds of occasions. We'd do them hitting golf balls on a golf course. We'd start them running with an egg in our mouth, a hatchet toss, booby trap course, scavenger hunt. Had to drink a cheap bottle of wine to run the O course. Really weird stuff. And I used to have the guys do scavenger hunts for these things, running all over the base. And they would have to run up to the quarterdeck of a ship. And I already had their notes there from the officer to the deck. And the officer to the deck would ask them one question. And if they got it right, which they never did, if they didn't, they had to jump over the side and swim a long way, or they could have just gone down the plank and swim. It was funny. And the question was, what is the Coast Guard equivalent of a Navy lieutenant commander? I know there's a lot of people on this site going, I don't know, man. I've never heard of that before. And every one of those dumbass SEALs would do that. They had no idea. What's the Navy equivalent of a Coast Guard lieutenant commander? I don't know, man. What is it? It's a lieutenant commander. Over the side. Swim your ass off. And that was a great question. You always get them. So when you're getting to be the XO over there, you might have some fun with your guys over there asking them what's the Navy equivalent of Coast Guard commander. Good stuff. So. All right. Yep. Lieutenant commander. That's right. They never get it. They would just stand there and scratch their head over the side with you, man. So good fun. Pretty good fun. All right, what are we looking at here, guys? So, yeah, I think I'm going to go. If you don't mind, I'll cut away and go in there with them. Big stuff. You're going to get a real kick out of this week. And you're going to see why I'm a little punchy tonight. You're going to see why Diane is. And my week is only going to get more exhausting. Big time. Big time. It's some of this stuff I'm just too old for. I'm not too old for, but it takes me a little bit extra rest to catch up with someone of extraordinary high energy. And I'll show you, because I'm going to, I'll get a lot of stuff done this week and get a lot of stuff done on the site. I'm going to get after these guys, but this might turn into just a slight Don Shipley vacation, because I've never had one on here. And we're going to, it's all for a good cause, and you'll see that. And that will start. I do have something for my young lass in Canada up there. She's cooking you guys some moose, and I have that up there for her. That's Peyton, and then I'm on my own. And I will get this done. I got to get some records back. I got to get these phonies. I got to get them to the fire station. I got to dupe them into these radio interviews. And I have perfected that. And Terry has also helped me. A couple of you guys have sending me actual radio commercial broadcast things to just sink this hook better than me bumbling through, a weather report here locally. It's going to be good. So we'll get them. Chuck, thank you, bro. Take it easy. Yes, Peyton loves you, Don. Yep. Yeah. Good gal. I like that whole bunch up there of the Canadians up there. I really like that family a lot. I'd hope to get them down. And I'm really fond of the dad from the way he is with his kids. That's the way it ought to be, man. So him and his daughter having a good time together. That's always fun to watch. So Trucker Dean, thank you, bro. Thank you all for being here. Good night. Good night, Don Juan. Thanks, Cisco. I'll see you guys here real soon. Terry, thanks a lot for resetting that, bro. Good night, everybody. You'll see something here cool on like Tuesday or something, what I'm doing.